Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to another reaction and review, and this is to the fourth episode of MLP, Season 8, which is Fake It Till You Make It. Now, I know this is a Fluttershy episode, because whenever I checked the video to make sure that it worked, that the quality was good, and sound was good, it opened with Fluttershy, so I know it's about Fluttershy. I don't know what happens in it, though. So, that much I was not spoiled on. So, without further ado, let's begin with Fake It Till You Make It. Starting the video on 3. Still make sure I'm recording. Okay, good. Starting the video. 3, 2, 1, click. Okay, I can lower the volume on this one. Oh, letters. Oh, this is her animal sanctuary. It's cool to see that.
Don't worry, Angel. I won't forget you. There's nothing so peaceful as a cuddly friend's picnic.
Rarity?
Oh, goodness, Rarity. What's the matter?
Oh, a better question would be, what isn't the matter?
Oh, dear. Do you want to have some lettuce and talk about it?
Rare.
Oh, I would love to, darling, but I just don't have the time. The Canterlot Royal Fashion Show is practically upon us, and the cornerstone piece of my collection just isn't working.
Okay.
That sounds serious.
Oh,
It is the worst possible thing, right?
Designed around it.
Do you need help knitting? I've started making tea cozies. It's an elephant.
Yes, well, I don't need help making clothes. Sassy Saddle is pitching in. Plus, I'll be pulling all
Sassy
three of
Saddle's
my
okay.
Manhattan assistants.
All three? Does that mean we'll have to close Rarity for you?
That's just it, darling. This is Manhattan's busiest shopping season, and I can't just close the shop. So I was hoping you might consider running it.
Of course. I'm happy to.
Oh boy.
Though I'm surprised you picked me.
Well, I may have asked a few others. Sorry, but we've got a Wonderbolt show coming up.
Sorry, but it's pie season and the pie orders are piling up.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I've got a curriculum to make up. Nope.
Right. Palm 3!
My calendar's packed, but I hear Fluttershy is free, and you haven't asked Boulder.
Okay, start. I thought Applejack was just like blood.
Agreed to help.
Nope. That's cute, and I know the ships will sail. Okay, and Palm 3. You know what? We've been seeing. Okay, yeah, the new intro. I forgot about that. We've been seeing a lot more Palm 3 lately with this season. I mean, she's in the intro, and now she was seen here. I seriously doubt we'll get a speaking role with her. I seriously doubt we'll get a speaking role with her. But again, it's so cool to see her, and it was also cool to see like she asked Starlight and Maud.
I think I forgot how big this shop was.
Whoa.
How do you find anything?
Oh, darling, it's easy to track. The store is divided into sections. Chic, classic, modern, sophisticated, avant-garde, traditional, and obtuse.
Actually, if you go back to season 1 during Art of the Dress,
And, of course, each section is divided by season, color, and price. It's a
Uh,
classic SCP.
Fluttershy did have some knowledge of clothing.
It's
I
just
remember.
bringing ponies up. A little fluff and fold. Voila.
Nice.
But, of course, that's the easy part.
It is?
As you well know, the real focus at Rarity for you is on the customer. Care to give it a try?
I like her design.
okay.
Here's a now.
Hello.
I like her design.
Welcome to Rarity for you. What can I help you with?
I need something classic but modern, something with drama but also understated.
Aren't all those things opposites?
Yes, so?
But how can I?
I'm sorry, are you asking me how to do your job?
No, but I just,
If I may, I'm thinking noir-esque minimalist, but with a twist. Perhaps a tapered hem.
It's like you read my mind. Are you a fashion psychic?
I like her. I like her.
Seem say yes.
wow, you make it look so easy.
Oh, darling, come now.
It's
You've got
because
to shine us 1,000 times over. You can't let a few fashion ponies undo all that progress.
Well, I guess not.
You simply must access your inner strength and allow it to shine through.
that was an interesting like reference to the show itself.
Daily
Like,
affirmations?
don't let the stories, don't let the episodes undo the progress we've made with your character over the years.
Confident warrior, gold medalist, show pony.
It isn't too often we get to see them standing on their hind legs.
We need to leave now if we're going to catch the train to Canterlot.
Oh goodness, look at the time. Yes, 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 yes. Go, go. I'm right behind you.
You're not gonna be here? In your workroom?
Oh, darling, I simply can't. The fashion show is in Canterlot tomorrow, and I'll be up all night, even with the help of all of my assistants. Well, not all my assistants.
Smokey!
Oh, okay.
Soft pad. Smokey Jr.
Aww.
Ever since you convinced me to let them live in the shop, these beastie sweeties have been
Beastie
nothing but
sweeties.
helpful.
And I'm sure they'll help me let my inner strength shine through.
Oh, I wish I could stay and offer more help. Why not try a new outfit? Think of it as a costume for your role as
Oh boy.
shop pony. You know what they say, clothes make the pony.
Who says that?
You know, them.
It's one of those old sayings that you don't really know where it originated from. It's just been around forever.
I hope she's right.
Okay. And
Whew, here goes nothing. Welcome to Rarity for You. What can I help you with?
What's the thread count of this shirt? I can't be seen in anything less than 1,000.
Thread count? Oh, I'm not sure. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me for just 1 second. Oh, I'm afraid I don't know enough about fashion.
you have some
to
knowledge,
satisfy these
Fluttershy.
customers.
I remember
What
it
am
back
I
in
gonna
season
do?
1. I remember it back in season 1.
Well, I've never tried to act before, but I suppose it's worth a shot.
Whoa.
Severe, but not unapproachable. Acceptable business attire.
Not bad.
Does that sound like a shop pony to you?
Yes. Interesting. I like the
So sorry
confidence.
for the wait. The shop has some staffing issues today.
Yes, well, I still haven't had an answer on this thread count.
Here at Rarity for You, our merchandise defies typical attempts to quantify its quality, but rest assured it will make you the envy of all who see it.
In that case, I'll take 3.
Dang! She's already off to a great start. Took a lot out of you, didn't it? Just breathe, breathe.
Smokey Jr. I can't believe it worked.
It worked. I mean, you pulled it off.
I suppose clothes really do make the pony after all.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this? It's like, I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't know about you, but I have a full day of shopping planned. And if even one shop pony isn't up to my standards, well, I shall make my displeasure quite plain.
Oh, you are wicked.
Canterlot fashion show or no, I simply can't leave Fluttershy to fend for herself with these Manhattanites.
Ouch!
Rarity!
Oh, darling, I'm afraid I can't stop. Potential financial emergency at the boutique.
Oh, well, whatever it is, I'm quite certain the pony you left in charge can handle it. Oh, she's simply divine.
Well, I always knew Fluttershy had it in
Do you
her.
feel better, Rarity?
And there's still time to catch the train to Canterlot.
It's a unique play on the old
I
style.
love her
We call
design.
it a rarity cup with a triple cross stitch hem and a guacamole chevre pattern fabric.
Don't you mean chevron?
If I had meant chevron, then that's what I would have said.
Of course. It's so unique, so in vogue. It must be mine.
She's cute.
Aw, thanks everyone. But I feel like I should push the snootiness further.
What?
If you really want to help, I suppose serving tea would be nice. Oh, if you don't mind.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I like my accessories bold and shiny, and I'm just not seeing anything nearly bold and shiny enough.
I'm afraid bold and shiny won't work with your whole model. Perhaps pointy.
Pointy? Yes! I must have pointy!
Not every pony can pull off a found object, but you nearly get there.
I need, like, a red carpet glitz and glamour gown that's also casual, but, like, still artsy, and a total head turner.
I love her design. I love her voice.
Casual chic prêt-à-porter is very branché this season.
Like, I don't understand any of that, so, like, I don't care about it.
One moment, please.
New challenge for you. Oh dear.
I think I need a new character. Okay, I've got like this high-key savage look for you.
Oh my gosh!
With the
Hipster
little,
Fluttershy?
sparkle and make the whole squad go, whoa, that pony is woke.
That's freaking awesome!
It's, like, exactly what I need.
Like the new look too. Whoa.
This store is a desperate wasteland of nothingness. Do you have anything in black?
You're speaking my language, pal.
One sec.
You're speaking my language.
It's not like the futility
God, Fluttershy!
can be made better with black leather and metal studs, but they help.
I love that look for her.
That jacket completes me.
This tea's like lukewarm, it's barely drinkable.
This tea must always be at a precise temperature. See that it doesn't happen again.
Oh dear.
Whoa, that color is like almost too lit for you. The blackness of this
Hey, she's back!
reflection of your soul. This hemline is nothing short of
Uh-oh.
an inspiration of
This is
craft
bad.
ownership. Are you sure you deserve it?
Oh boy. She's going too far with it. Oh, nuts.
I don't know what's worse, that you've spilled the tea or that it's still cold. Either get it right or go back to the forest. Ugh, it is so hard to find good help these days.
Okay, slow down, everyone. I'm doing my best. So, Rarity is busy at an important fashion show, and Fluttershy is running her shop in Manhattan, but to do it, she's playing different shop pony characters that are all mean?
How in the world did you figure that out, Spike?
I'm not Dragon Charades champion for nothing.
I can't imagine Fluttershy would ever be mean to her animal friends. This sounds serious.
Spike, tell everyone it's time to head back to Saddle Row.
I I wouldn't think it was possible to make something so dowdy even more matronly, but here you are. It's like a scream in the void.
Yeah, I love God's Fluttershy.
Ultimately meaningless.
I love her look.
I would seriously help you.
That's my
with that,
second
but,
favorite right there.
I don't wanna, you know?
You are kidding. This is worse than we thought. She's being horrible to every pony.
Are you sure that's even Fluttershy? Maybe it's just 3 really, really fast ponies that really, really look like her. Well, let's
Nope.
find it. Hey, Fluttershy, are you running the shop or performing in a one-pony show?
If you don't mind, I can only improve the taste of one customer at a time. You have to wait your turn. Oh, honestly, these small-town ponies come to the big city
Oh,
and
boy.
they can behave any way they please.
What?
Oh
You
boy.
are a small-town pony, and your cottage isn't even in the town.
Look, Fluttershy, we came here because we were worried and we care about you.
Let's get out of this aura of positivity before it consumes us.
As fun as this Fluttershy switcheroo game is, Smokey Jr. and Softpad are really concerned.
Yeah, they came all the way to Ponyville to get us.
They should have, like, stayed there. This shop is like a no-rodent zone now.
She called them rodents?
Fluttershy, I understand why you think you have to act this way for these customers, but there's gotta be a better way.
Goodness, you are so right. Please, step this way so that we may discuss your concerns.
I knew
Jill,
you'd come
slam
to
the
your
door.
senses.
Indeed.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, how are they going to break her from this? This is a fashion show.
Oh, the centerpiece of my collection, and it's still not right. Oh, darling, I'm afraid we've literally run out of time. It's up to you. Go out there and sell it. Now, attitude!
She's cute, like her design.
I don't understand. When I left Fluttershy, she had everything well in hand.
Well, things might have seemed alright when you left, but they're definitely not alright now.
She's acting worse than the worst Manhattanite I ever saw.
She kicked us out of the shop. She called Smokey Jr. and Softpad rodents. Rodents? Why didn't you say that from the start? She obviously needs help. Come on!
Back to Manhattan.
Your melancholy is way too shallow for a look with this much unfeeling depth.
Again, I love her design.
Your
And-
stars
and
with
her
me on
voice.
the same page. Turn away. Don't even look at it, okay?
I can't even.
I think not, dear. This is all far too fashion-forward for the likes of you.
Well, I never.
Told you it was bad.
Bad. This is worse than I could have possibly imagined.
Rarity, I'm so glad you're here. Mwah, mwah. Finally, a pony who understands that the couture in this shop is far too brilliant to even consider selling.
What?
You, totally get how lame customers are? Watching them leave filled me with a sweet sadness. And you'll be pleased to hear that I've taken care of your rodent situation.
Will somebody tell her to stop saying that? That's it! Fluttershy, I'm afraid you've left me no choice. You are terminated.
You're fired.
Well, good luck replacing me. Ugh.
Well, thankfully
I always thought she was too controlling.
You are terminated too!
Whatever.
Now I
know, right? I mean,
actually, you're, totally terminated as well!
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that's over.
I guess I owe every pony an apology.
You think?
I got so
Okay.
caught up trying to please all of your customers that...
What
That was quick.
have taken my sales pony characters a little too far. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. You know I was only pretending, right?
But Fluttershy, why did you think you needed to be some pony else to run the shop?
I guess acting like the ponies of Saddle Row gave me the confidence to interact with them.
Darling, I'd never trust some horrible Saddle Row pony to run my shop. That's why I wanted a friend to do it.
Well, I'd definitely rather be myself anyway, even if I don't exactly have what it takes to be a shop pony.
I wouldn't sell yourself short. Those sales pony characters all came from you.
Yeah, I think you totally have what it takes.
Maybe a little too much.
Indeed. You have all the inner strength you need, but I think we prefer it coming from our sweet, regular Fluttershy.
Definitely.
And that's just given me the inspiration I'm looking for. And last one, there. The missing piece for my new collection. The Warrior of Inner Strength.
Wow. Rockin'.
Oh, it's lovely, Rarity. I'm just sorry you had to leave the Canterlot Royal Fashion Show early.
Oh, darling, making the perfect dress is scads more satisfying than showing it off. Oh,
Hey, they're back! I was afraid we wouldn't see them again. They'd be mad.
Rarity. I certainly hope you aren't trying to undercut the royal fashion show by ducking out and debuting it here.
What? No, have you considered the possibility that the Royal Fashion Show is trying to undercut Rarities by continuing on in Canterlot and not moving the whole affair here? Have you?
No.
Just as I thought. Oh, inner strength.
Okay, well, this was definitely a very, very interesting episode. And it's interesting, I mean, it isn't too often. I mean, we've seen, you know, the bond between different characters before. We've seen the bond between, you know, between the different characters work out. We've seen Rainbow and Pinky, Rainbow and Twilight, even Rarity and Applejack. And so it isn't too often that we actually get to see something like this with Rarity and Fluttershy. So this was very, very unique for that. But, I mean, we have seen it before, but it's kind of a rarity, if you will. But it was interesting here because Fluttershy, that looks like Daffy. Fluttershy Rarity wanted someone close to her who could run Rarity for you while she was away. And I think Fluttershy was a good choice because if you remember back in season 1, whenever Rarity was during the Art of the Dress song, Fluttershy showed great knowledge with fabric, with clothes, and with designing clothing. And so we saw that from her then. We haven't seen anything like that from her since then, and so this was a chance to kind of bring that back. And Rarity wanted someone close that she trusted to be able to do it. And she asked other ponies as well, but the only one that was free was Fluttershy. So Fluttershy, she felt overwhelmed. Like she's used to, I mean, like it's essentially like real life. You know, different people in different areas have different personalities, and so you kind of have to adjust and adapt to that in a sense. But Fluttershy was overwhelmed because she wasn't used to handling that many people, that many ponies at one time, and so she thought that she had to adapt and try to change herself to be able to do what Rarity wanted her to do. And at first, she was able to do that, but then she got carried away. She got carried away with her acting, and it was taking hold of her. It was enveloping her, and it was causing her to do and say things that she normally would not do, to the point that it was affecting. I mean, she was even turning away from her friends, and so it took her friends to say, help her realize what she was doing, and so then, it was an interesting callback to how Fluttershy's had this development over the course of the past 7 years now, starting on the eighth, over the past 7 seasons, and starting on the eighth, with the development for her character, with her trying to break free from her shy shell and try to be more bold, try to be more, braver. And this is one of those, and I've heard and seen people complain about Fluttershy, about how, with her personality, how it doesn't seem like what she is learning is sticking with her character. But some people think that she's just going to learn something and immediately, like, it's going to start showing from that moment on. But honestly, it's like real life. There are things that you learn, things you adapt to. It's not going to always show all at once. It's going to make itself present whenever the situation arises. And that was the case here with Fluttershy. The changes that she had to make to herself was still from the inner confidence that she had learned over the years. And so it was coming out all at once, but it was bubbling over, and she was using it to play the role of 3 different characters. And so by doing that, it was overwhelming her. And I guess in a way you could compare it to the jealousy that Luna felt over Celestia. She began to feel that jealousy, and she let it control her, and look what she became. Fluttershy herself was becoming a monster because she thought that's how she had to act in order to do what she was tasked to do. And so it was really it was negatively affecting her character, her personality, and her relationship with both her friends and even her animal friends. And so it was affecting all of that. And the more that she played those characters, the more snooty, the more snobbish that she became, to the point that she was basically deeming the other ponies unworthy of even buying anything from Rarity's shop. And so, yeah, it was negatively affecting that. And so, like I said, it took her friends to be able to help her, to realize what she was doing. And so, as we see with the ending, Fluttershy still had she still maintained some of that confidence in her to be able to stand up for herself. And, so I think I do think that, again, it's showing that she is still showing progression. And Rarity even made the mention in this episode about don't let all those, I think Rarity said all those years of progress be taken away from this right here. And so, Fluttershy, she's still shy. That's what we love about her. She's still shy. She's still meek. She's still innocent. But she does have that inner confidence. It's just sometimes it can be a little difficult for her to bring that confidence out, especially whenever tasked with something that she's never dealt with before. I believe once she does something, and once she brings forth that confidence and she sees that she can do it, she feels better in that particular situation and situations like that, as she realizes that she does have the confidence to be able to help her through that situation. But there are times whenever she's faced with something that she's never dealt with before, and she doesn't know how to handle it. It's a new task for her. It's a new challenge for her, and she thought that she had to adapt herself, modify herself to be able to overcome this challenge. And if you think back to, for example, whenever she was dealing with her brother Zephyr, if you think back to Fluttershy in the earliest moments of the, like in season 1, season 2, she was really shy back then, and she wasn't, I mean, whenever she was dealing with her brother, just as an example, she dealt with her brother in a mature and, very level-headed manner, and she was able to, I mean, she was shy still, she was still Fluttershy, but she was also, she was also steadfast, she was headstrong about it, and she was able, and she didn't back down from what she was saying. Like, she was able to stand up against her own brother, and so again, that was definitely one of those moments where it was showing that with her character. And here, it was also, and so, but that right there, like, that was within her comfort zone. She was able to stand up to her brother because that was within her comfort zone. This was something that she's never dealt with before, and so she wasn't sure how to handle it. And I really think that that is very, very realistic. Whenever you feel because if you don't feel the confidence in something, and then you're able to bring forth that confidence and you're able to do it, you feel more comfortable in things similar to that. But then whenever you get into something that is not within that level of comfort, it can be daunting. It can be overwhelming, and it can make you think twice about the confidence that you have. It can easily make you have doubt in yourself. And so this was a situation like that for Fluttershy. She doubted that she could do it. She felt she had to change herself to be able to make it. And I mean, to be honest, I can respect what Fluttershy was doing here, because she was tasked with this, and she didn't want to let Rarity down, and so she was doing everything that she could to try to do this. However, what happened was she was getting lost in the personalities that she was adapting. She was letting those control her, and it was essentially like she herself was locking her real self away and letting these masks come through. And she was wearing a mask, and to be someone else, and instead of herself. And the mask was becoming more attached to her, and she was beginning to lock away her inner self, her real self. And once Rarity pretty much let go of every single, like, you could probably look at I do think the situation whenever Rarity had to fire every single one of the personalities was interesting. Like, I honestly wondered what would happen whenever she fired the first one, but then Fluttershy went on with the other two personalities. And so I'm thinking here that what Fluttershy might have been trying to do was test Rarity, like, which personality do you want? Which shop pony do you want? And so she was testing out which personality that Rarity would want. It turns out Rarity didn't want any of them, and so that's whenever Fluttershy was able to come back. She was able to realize, I screwed up. I made a mistake, and so she was able to. Again, it took her friends to help her realize what she had done. And so again, I really enjoyed this episode. And again, as like with the ending, Fluttershy standing up to this other pony here. Yeah, I do think it's interesting here that Fluttershy is still showing that development again, and I don't agree with what some people. I honestly do not agree with what some people believe, in that Fluttershy should learn a lesson and then that's it. Like, she should be able to stand her ground all the time, because, like I said, there are different levels of comfort, different comfort zones, different levels of comfort, and this was out of Fluttershy's general area of comfort, and she had confidence in other things that her friends helped her through, that she herself faced. But once she adapted to each individual situation, she realized that she had the confidence to face it, and she could do things within that similar area. But whenever she stepped out of bounds, whenever she stepped out of that comfort zone, it was a whole new territory for her, and it was something that regardless of what she learned in the past, that was something she had to take into account and into consideration. But again, it was something new for her, and a situation where she had to step into and learn how to adapt to that brand new situation. And so here, she still has the confidence in her, but she's still Fluttershy. And so I do think that was interesting right there as well. Like Fluttershy was able to stand up to this other pony. She wasn't um, she wasn't her regular meek self. Like, she was able to stand up to this pony and say, you know what, Rarity, pretty much, she did this for me. So stop talking her down. And so that was really cool. Overall, I really did enjoy this episode. The only thing that I really didn't that was confusing to me, and I'm just a little uncertain of, is whenever Rarity fires every single one of the Fluttershy versions, and then suddenly here's Fluttershy just standing off to the side. Like, I mean, it felt a little too quick to me. Maybe that's just me, but like, I was kind of expecting something where Fluttershy suddenly sees what she's doing and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done?" I was kind of expecting a moment like that, but here, she's just standing and she knows that she screwed up. So I guess that's the situation. Like maybe you could imagine that inside, like with everything that she was doing, that she was aware of it somewhat, but it was affecting her inside. Like she was breaking inside because of what she was having to do, but like it was because of what she felt she was tasked with, and she was letting herself be controlled by that. So I guess you could look at it like that. Um, but like Fluttershy, she's happy to be herself again, and so she's happy to be herself again, and she's happy that she doesn't have to put on an act, that she doesn't have to put on a mask. Um, but again, I really did enjoy this episode. I really, really did. Um, I definitely cannot say that it's my favorite Fluttershy episode. I still, like, for me, the episode with Zephyr is still definitely one of my favorites. This is a really good episode, though, and it was really cool. This is for me. This is a really good episode. I really did enjoy it, and so, but again, and I did feel that the story was solid, and so, but I did enjoy it. But going over a few of the different aspects with the episode itself, it was interesting. In the beginning, we actually get to see Fluttershy in her animal sanctuary again. In her new animal sanctuary. We haven't really seen much of that since whenever it was created, so it was interesting to be able to see that back again. That's cool. And we also see a buzzard. I just now noticed that. We see a buzzard over here on the side. And whenever Rarity makes a mention about the ponies that she asked, okay, now this moment whenever Fluttershy makes mention about the teacup cozy, I had flashbacks to Hot Diggity Demon, the Derpy cozy, the toaster cozy. I did. But here we see but there's a couple of interesting things here with the ponies that Rarity asked. Number one, we actually have Rainbow and Spitfire hanging out together, which is cool, and Spitfire also has the big megaphone. So interesting thing about that. And with Applejack, I love how Applejack, she gave no excuse, simply put, no, not my thing, no. I love that. That was really, really comical. And then she asks, and then Starlight is also busy here at the school. We see that she's here at the school, and so Starlight is busy with the school, and either didn't want to do it or can't do it. So that was interesting. That she asked her. She asked Big Mac, who was busy. She asked Big Mac, who was busy. I don't know why the heck she would ask Granny Smith. I mean, I can't imagine Granny Smith, honestly. Like, I can't imagine Granny Smith in fashion. I can't. But then we got my girl, Digipon 3. We got my girl. So, again, if it, like, I'm not, again, I don't know why that Rarity would ask Pawn 3, because, like, Pawn 3, like, Digipon 3, Vinyl, she's music. She's music. Anything music, probably musical instrument related, you can ask her. But, and of course, we see the CMCs, and an interesting thing is the multitude of posters for Rainbow Dash that Scootaloo has here a taped on picture of a rainbow. This picture of rainbow here in the background. Another poster of rainbow here on the side. This what looks like either a balloon animal or a lamp. And this other picture here, and then the rainbow banner. This is the Rainbow Dash fan club, isn't it? Okay. And then the comical bit whenever Rarity asks Maud, out of all their ponies, Maud. That was also comical. And I gotta say, this little hug between Fluttershy and Rarity here, adorable. This is adorable. And we also get a really nice, like, we actually get to see, once again, the inside of Rarity's shop. And I love the interior design for this. I would like the soft lighting effects. I mean, it's not bright. It doesn't flash out at you. It's not too dark. It has a nice, soothing, relaxing look to it. And I love how that is designed. I love that. The soft lighting. And I love the overall, I love the overall interior design. You still have the speakers or subwoofers, the turntable for music, and I really like the design for these clothes hangers. Really nice. It adds like it's more flashy than your typical bland clothes hangers. So that's really nice. And again, I love the lighting effects here. It's very, very relaxing. Then, like I said, we get to see something that we don't normally get to see in the show very much, which is the ponies standing on their hind legs. Now, we have seen it before in a few moments, but 90% of the time, around 94, 95% of the time, we see the characters walking on all fours. We don't normally see them standing on their hind legs like this. Now, we have seen them do it before, and we got the reference at the end to Equestria Girls. Whenever Twilight was standing on her hind legs, she couldn't do it like the human version. She couldn't walk on her hind legs. We did see Sunset Shimmer do it as well, but it isn't too often that we get to see this like with the characters and see it actually see them pull it off and make it look natural, make it look like they've been like, it makes seeing this, it makes me wonder, can they actually stand on their hind legs and walk like that? Like, could they, are they actually capable of it? Do they actually have the balance to do it? They just don't normally do it? I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I really don't know. I myself imagine that they can. It's just natural for them to walk on all fours. And it's also interesting to see the little raccoons come back. I was very happy to see the little raccoons come back that Fluttershy befriended before whenever Rarity opened up the shop. So very happy to see them come back. And I love raccoons anyway. I feed them outside my door, so very, very cool to see that. And this look for Fluttershy here, this is an interesting look for her. I do like the outfit, I do like the attire, and her hair in a bun with her tail in a bun. It is a nice look to her. It does look nice, but I still say it's not her best look. Between this and her default look, I do prefer her default look. And this other character here, that was really laid back, and I guess you could say, in a sense, she puts me in the mind of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, where she says "like" a lot. Okay, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of doing the same thing. So, yeah, I'm totally guilty of it. I'll admit I've caught myself doing it before. I get annoyed with myself, but I've done it. I'm trying to break myself from it, but again, I love her look. I just did it. Okay. Anyway, it's a very interesting this character's design. I really love her design. The hair is awesome. It's a simple two-color style, like a lighter red, darker red, and it's an interesting contrast. With her, I know I'm saying it. I'm catching myself doing it. I guess I'm very much like this character here, but it's an interesting style for her. the deep blue eyes with the light colored body color here, and then the red hair, and then just the haircut that she has is really awesome. And the necklace is also cool. And I love the loose fitting t-shirt that she wears, like how it's loose fitting and it has the very deep neckline, and it's the shorter t-shirt, so you see some of her midriff. And again, the necklace just really works for her, and she has the matching bracelets. And like this t-shirt, I think is one of those that may hang off the shoulders sometimes. And then she's also wearing these jeans or shorts with what looks like possibly could be a hoodie tied around her waist. And again, I love her. Like I know. Again, I'm doing it. I'm catching myself doing it. I apologize. But again, I love her look. I love her voice, and just I love her attitude here. I mean, she's really, really cool. I like her. And then we see my second favorite Fluttershy persona here. I guess you call it hipster Fluttershy, I guess. But again, her hair does look good like that. And the glasses, and I love her performance. Like, she was awesome. Yeah, honestly, I like, with Fluttershy, honestly, I wish that Hasbro would start, I would love to see the recording session for Andrea Libman's performance as Fluttershy here with these different voice styles, with these different accents. I would love to see a recording of Andrea's performance in the booth of this. I bet she had a blast doing this. I bet she had a complete blast. And again, Fluttershy's look here is awesome. The pink shorts, I mean, they look great on her, and then the purple hoodie, it does. I mean, it looks great on her. And then the hat, and I mean, honestly, again, I really love that look for her. It really does look good. And then we see this goth fellow over here, and the first thing that came to mind whenever I saw this guy was Death Note. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just, like, the moment I saw him, the first thing I thought was, hello, Death Note. I don't know why, but, like, whenever he said, do you have anything in black? Have you noticed I wear black a lot? It's just because I like black. I mean, I like, brighter colors too. I really like black. It matches my soul. I guess I'm part goth in a sense, I guess you could say. Now, this look for Fluttershy here, the goth look. I love this look for her. I love this look for her. This is my favorite of the new looks for Fluttershy. I love this look. I love how her hair has kind of like a little fluff to it, and I love the black eyeliner and the dress that she's wearing. It just really suits her. Like this this really does. I can just imagine right now that for this persona, her car is a hearse. Like, she either has a an old black car, but more so I imagine it's a hearse. Like, I just imagine sitting outside the shop is like a 1970 Cadillac Superior hearse, and that's her ride. And again, I love this look for her. I do. And the earrings also look great as well. And again, I love Andrea's performance as Goth Fluttershy. It really, it's awesome. And again, I honestly, I would love to have been there the moment that Andrea saw the script and like possibly the storyboard for how she was supposed to perform as Fluttershy. I would have loved to have been in that booth, to have been in the studio whenever she was recording, because I would love to have heard that. Again, she had to have had a blast. And we also see the other goth pony here come back, which is really awesome. I love her design. I like her design, her personality, and the really bright, sunny the pony that was with her before. That was really cool. Really love that. Now, if we look at the excuse me. Now, if we look at the background here for the Canterlot fashion show, we see Colgate. Okay, her name is Minuet, but I still call her Colgate here. We see Berry Punch. We see Raindrops, Lemon Drops, Bon Bon, and we see Lyra. I think Amethyst Star here in the front and center. We see some double Colgates, double Minuets. I just now noticed that. I wonder if Dr. Hooves had something to do with this. And I wonder if this is Derpy. It's got to be Derpy. That's got to be Derpy right here in the front. Because it's like a light gray design color with just plain, simple blonde. And then she's a Pegasus. So, yeah, that looks like Derpy. That's got to be Derpy right there in the middle. I realize now, looking at this character, what I was thinking of. Like, this character's, like, her hairstyle reminded me of an anime that I watched, but of an anime character that I'd seen before, but I couldn't remember who it was. I still can't remember the name of the character, but it was in the but I remember the anime now. It was Psycho-Pass. I think it was called Psycho-Pass. And that's what the hairstyle here reminds me of. Like this girl reminds me of the girl in the anime. I think it was it? I think it was Psycho-Pass. But again, I love her look. Like, I really love her look. I think of all the characters shown here. She's my favorite. Like, I love her look. It's an interesting contrast. I like with the red. Again, I know I said it. The red hair, like the two-tone red hair, it looks good on her. I love the haircut that she has, and then the deep blue eyes. It's an interesting contrast with her body color, and then she's wearing like the jean shorts, and the hoodie, or like the short sweater. And again, I mean, it's cute, it's beautiful, and again, I love her personality, and I love her voice, and she's just awesome, totally awesome. But something else that I want to point out is that, you know, with some of the backgrounds, of course, there is no lack of detail. I mean, there's a lot of attention to detail put into the backgrounds. For example, just on the right over here, at the jewelry counter, at the register, you can see the necklaces, the individual necklaces inside the display cases, just hanging over here. And it's a small, subtle detail, but it really works. I mean, it's very nice to see that. And then you can see the actual gems on the necklaces as well. And you can see the different colors highlighting them. And again, it's not like just one bland color to make it look, you know, just like it's there. Like, there was a lot of attention to detail put into the backgrounds to really help it look great. And it really does. I mean, and I really love that. I'm really happy that they're putting attention to detail into the backgrounds, and not actually like leaving just simple colors, bland colors in the background, and, you know, trying to get you to focus just on the foreground. I love it that there's a lot of attention to detail in the background as well. So that way, you know, whenever you do look into the background, you're seeing actual details. I love that. And I love that we get to see these other characters here come back that Fluttershy was talking to earlier in the shop, some of them. I'm glad that we get to see them come back as well, because I was honestly afraid that Fluttershy had made some of them mad, and, you know, I didn't want to see them leave mad, you know, like never come back to the shop again. Okay, that's a skirt. That's a skirt that pony's wearing. It looked like shorts before, but now it looks like a jean skirt that she's wearing. But again, yeah, this was a fun episode. We got to see some really great new looks for Fluttershy, which are really cool, which is really fun. And then, like I said, I really did enjoy this episode. So far, again, my favorite episode would have to be episode 3, but Again, this was real. I really did enjoy this episode. It was a fun episode, cute episode, and again, it kind of a hilarious episode because again, I can only imagine how it was in the recording booth for Andrea whenever she was doing the different personalities for Fluttershy. I can only imagine how fun that must have been. But again, this was indeed a very interesting episode. Fun. It was a cool Fluttershy episode, and and again, I love the different looks for Fluttershy, especially the like a hipster version and the goth. I love that too. But again, I love that. But again, uh, but 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 again, to everybody at Hasbro, thank you all so much. Thank you Hasbro, everybody that worked on this episode. Thanks Hasbro, everybody that worked on this episode for all the hard work and effort that you put into it. Thank you all so much. Um, and also to everybody as well. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. And again, anything you want to say, feel free to do so in the comments. But again, thank you guys again for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.